The whole point of acting is letting go. Listen, there's no such thing as perfect. Editing makes the performances perfect. That's why we do multiple takes, because we know you're not perfect.
And when it comes to networking, I mean, we all know networking is key, but I hope whomever is watching this video doesn't just take it lightly, because networking is a skill. I feel like there should be like a year course program devoted just to networking, because it's a skill. It's something, it's so fundamental that you have to understand. You have to be intentional about it. You have to be like, okay, this is a new dude. I've never met this dude before, or I've never spoken to this person before, a dude or a lady, and I want to connect with this person. You have to be, it's not like you don't meet people by accident. You have to be intentional. You have to maybe, like you said, go to meetups event, which like acting or actors meetup event, or maybe like a small film festival organized by, young actors and directors. There's so many ways you could get this thing done intentionally, filling out your calendar. I remember when I just came to New York, this was years ago though, I would like look for meetups, and I would go to all these events, and I would meet so many people. It was because I was like, because I want to meet people. In fact, to the point where I tell myself, if I know 20 people and I'm going out, I make sure I talk to someone new. I don't just go out and be like, oh, I know 20 people and I talk to those that I know. No, I have to talk, even if it's just hi, I have to say to someone that I've never said it to before, because it's part of the routine thing that I've like ingrained into my networking mindset, that you have to, because I believe if you're talking to 20 people and tomorrow you do the same thing and then you repeat that for like a month, all you've known is just, are just these 20 people. And if anything happens, if one of them decides to go their way, it reduces. But if, even though you have networked with these 20 people and you still keep, reaching out to more people, you are expanding network-wise, and you are also knowing those that have like almost the same mindset as yours, that you want to keep in your circle, that you want to like, okay, this person, I could work a long time with this person. All right, this person, they're a little bit over the place, so I could work short time with this person, or this person is so busy, but when I can get hold of them, man, we could do something magnificent. So you begin to know people, you begin to learn people. But there's this kind of mindset that people bring on set, and I want to just hear your take on this. I've seen people come and say, I'll be like, oh, I'm a perfectionist, I'm this, I don't want to make mistake, and I understand, and I used to be like that too. And it got to a point I had to switch. And someone was telling me, I was like, I feel like people that say they're perfectionists are saying this from a point of insecurity. Because the very first way to learn is by making mistakes, if anything. I'm like, if you come on set and you keep saying you're a perfectionist, you don't want to make no mistake, you're taking away, your ability to learn something. But that is just what I think, but I would like to hear your spin on this. I'd like to hear your spin on this.
Okay, it's funny you mentioned that, because I literally had a instance yesterday. I was filming with an actor, and they said those same exact words. They're like, yeah, I'm a perfectionist, so I blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, listen, there's no such thing as perfect. So let go of that right now. It's like, really all that does is get you in your head. And as an actor, as a performer, I mean, really as a person in general, but for the sake of this, as an actor, That is the worst thing you can do, because touching on what you said, Dapo, you don't give yourself the room to make mistakes, to breathe, because sometimes that mistake can yield the benefit that you were looking for. By you making the mistake of going way off in left field, and the director is like, I see what you did there. I like that direction, but let me shape it, bring it back, and then now do it like this. Now you got a masterful performance that you would have never got if you didn't allow yourself to breathe and make that mistake. And then that's the thing. Editing makes the performances perfect. That's why we do multiple takes, because we know you're not perfect. We know nothing is going to be perfect. That's Excellent. The beauty of having takes. So, and also, I'm a perfectionist. You put all that pressure on yourself, you know, and that's the worst thing you can do. You already have so much pressure on you. Why put more pressure on yourself? Just that simple thought alone. Don't put any more pressure on yourself than is necessary, you know, and give yourself that time to breathe and make that mistake and be comfortable. Because when you're all like, I got to be perfect, you're stiff. You're rigid. You're not water. You're not flowing. You're not doing anything. You're just there.
You're a nice block.
Right?
Allow yourself to melt.
Right? Exactly. You're an ice block. Allow yourself to melt into that water and be everywhere, you know? And so that's how I feel about that. Like, there is no such thing as perfection. And the whole point of acting is letting go of who Paquito G Myers is and embracing who Jason is, or embracing the doctor, or embracing whatever role that I'm in. You know, that's what, to me, acting is about. Letting go, surrendering, as well as embracing. It's a dichotomy to it, but yeah. Just let yourself go.
And that was poetry. What you just spinned right now, that's poetry in motion. Like, no one could have said it any better. And the reason why I asked you is because I've never seen you come on set with the mindset of, I don't want to make mistake. You're one of the freest human being I've worked with on sets. You're just like, you know what? This is the role, fine, let's just do it. I've never seen you worried about anything. But on the other hand, I've worked with multiple actors and actresses, and when they come in, they're like, because when they see me, they always have this mindset of, man, this dude wants to get the best, and I respect that too, because I want the best too. But then I try to get them out of this perfectionist mindset, because I'm like, even though I used to say I'm a perfectionist, now I'm taking it out of my vocabulary. And if there's an actor hearing this or actress, I am not some perfectionist, okay? I leave room for mistake, because just like Paquito just mentioned, that is why we have it. Even though we're always, time restrained on set, maybe the location was rented, and we're hard on time. We have to leave. We have to get a performance, but I never put that pressure on any of my talents. Like, hey, even though the time, like, that's not for the talent. The talent is to be in the character and embody the character and just focus on that, And yeah, like if you're listening to this, forget about being the perfectionist, okay? Just focus on improvement and progress, okay? Focus on improvement, focus on progress, and focus on, just like you say, letting go. Mm-hmm. Focus on being the character, and embodying, the character.